Hey everybody, this is Bobo the Vulture, and this is more Let's Play Gran Turismo 2. Doing a little test with this video. Hopefully it will be a test that is something that you won't even notice. But, let's see, last time we did the Acura NSX challenge, we did, a couple of things. I feel like just checked off a couple of the smaller remaining challenges. How many cars do I have in my garage right now? 95. Okay, so I can get a few more. Because I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to get another Civic, I think. Let's go to the east. I think Honda is the last bastion. I'm pretty sure I did the two SVX challenges, and I know I did the WRX challenge, the Alcyon challenge. This thing, yeah, I did. I had to race modify that SVX, which is a shame. Won the Impreza challenge. Okay. Subaru 360. Watch that Subaru spin! Haven't done the S2000. Oh, and in Toyota City, did I ever actually go back and do the, Did I ever go back and do whatever it is, the, Altezza, that's right, that's what they call it. In America, we have those and we call them the Lexus IS, or called them the Lexus IS. I guess they're still a Lexus IS. Okay, so we did win that. So never mind, I guess I was more thorough than I ever thought. That was I think that was the last Toyota race that we did. Anyway, pretty sure all that's left to do is the Civic challenge, but let's double check. I remember just did the NSX trophy. Pretty sure we beat the beat. The Type R meeting. We won the Type R meeting. And the S2000. Oh, that's right. We never did the S2000 challenge because we don't have an S2000. And then you just have to get a new one. There's nothing too exciting about that. That's part of the problem. Here you go. Civic 3-door SI. That's pretty much the type of car we want to get. In Milan red. Sure, why not? Let's purchase it and get inside. It's our new car. A lot of people will say that's probably the best car. I've read in a couple of facts here and there that that's the best car to start the game with. And I wouldn't be surprised if that turned out to be the case. Because I believe you can turbocharge it, which is rare for Honda cars. And you can turbocharge it to a lot of horsepowers. 239 right there. Can you NA tune it to even more? You cannot. Still, that level of turbocharging for a little Civic is pretty cool. I'm going to actually go ahead and... I probably don't need to, but I'm going to go ahead and actually tune the heck out of this thing, because I think we saw this in one of the Super Touring Challenge specialty. It wasn't an actual cup, but it was sort of arranged like one, series of races. 262 is the number of the Sturmvogel. Okay, but we saw in one of the other events that you could actually apparently make these pretty formidable little cars. You tune them nice and tight. And I suppose I could always go out and win Money Making Race one or two more times, but at this stage, there's not... I don't really need many more cars. Oh, we can even increase the displacement. We can get it up to 293 horsepower. It's Super Tom Servo. So, in the end, I'm not... Oh, darn it. Yeah, little misapplication of button there. Good thing to do in the menu rather than the actual race, or else you might cost yourself some serious positions. I don't know why I'm going into my reading the description of a car voice there, but this car has an awesome 440 horsepower engine. Let's get some slicks. Pretty much one of the best upgrades you can ever get to your car, folks. It's one that you should do. Not necessarily getting racing slicks or something like that, but getting good tires. It's just good sense, folks. It's the right thing to do and a healthy way to do it. Alright. Now let's go to the special event. And we'll see what happens in the old Civic race. Because I believe the model we got there is the model that was right there in the foreground. It's like they're hinting at you. Psst! This is the car that will win. Oh, and it's at Red Rock Valley. That place is always fun. Let's take it out. Now, my best friend used to have one of these. Not the hatchback, he had the coupe. And I don't think his was an SI. But this sort of same body style, roughly model year. I think his was a 94, maybe. And he had a stick shift on it. This car's actually really nice to drive around there. Alright, so let it oversteer there a little. Wow. Yeah, I wish I, if I had it all to go back and do again, maybe I would get this as my first car. Problem is it is a really good first car. I was sort of looking to challenge myself a little. And as you recall, the Starlet at the beginning was kind of a challenge. Okay, this thing will oversteer, so... But I get the feeling we've got the better of these other Civics, so... Go us! And this was the same red color, actually. Although the roof was sort of scratched a whole bunch, and the rear bumper was made of plastic and not painted metal like the rest of it, so it actually got to be pretty noticeable pink. But that's okay. I like this car. It's a nice little car to get sort of warmed back up into Gran Turismoing with. Alright, so that's not the way I want to take the turn, but I got an edge on all of these Civics. An edge in horsepower. And considering I haven't done anything to the suspension or brakes or any of the rest of it, car seems to be handling pretty nicely, aside from all that. Taking the extra power well. In theory, if you were going to be crazy souping, tuning up your cars at home, I would recommend that you look at things like that. Don't just focus on one area of improvement, unless all you plan on doing with the car is taking it to a drag race. to a drag strip or something like that. Even then, you might want better brakes. Because you'll still need to stop at the end of going as fast as you possibly can. We're winners. Ha ha ha. We're winners. Ha ha ha. Will we save the game? No, let's just exit. Actually, this car could pay for itself in 2 of those races. Minus all of the extensive upgrades I made to it, but if you could just win with it straight out of the box in this event, which would probably be kind of tough, but not maybe out of the realm of possibility. Realm of impossibility. For your Commodore. But let's go race modify this. Oh, you can have party colors, you can have slightly darker colors. Oh, it's just really replacing the yellow or black. Oh, and the greens turn into teal. I see now. You know what? I'll go with this one just because it's the one that the computer never uses. Computer always makes it that bright yellow. Just to be different, just to differentiate ourselves from the computer. I actually think the other paint scheme, as long as you're going for something all crazy starbursty like that, might as well go with as bright a colors as possible. So, yeah, see? That? Probably a nicer looking car, really, but I want to see it in this way. Just once. In this one night only event at the Grindelwald. Grindelwald, oh, that's the, yeah, it's the Alpine craziness. Well, that ought to be fun. So again, it's going to be a lot dependent on top end, so see whether or not this car is still able to keep up with the best of them. Can it throw down? Well, I lost a lot to wheel spin there to start, but yeah, the more and more I play games like this, and more and more I drive around various little cars here and there, I find myself more and more convinced that just having a tiny, lightweight car that's not necessarily massively powered, but sort of powerful enough to get out of its own way, but is sort of light and agile, that's the most fun you're going to have with the car. It may not be the ultimate fast way around. But in oftentimes it is. Oof. Let's hit some walls, why don't we? I think it was Zerfall was mentioning to me in some comments for a recent video that another series that a person might want to try out is Grid. Which I think I remember having seen box art or heard about it vaguely and thinking like, what the heck is this? It looked like it was going to be some kind of like arcade-style bash into cars is okay. I mean, obviously bashing into cars is okay in this game. It's not necessarily encouraged. But I think I just sort of got a misconception of what the game was. I thought it was going to be more arcadey and less simmy than it was. Because I didn't realize it was spun off of the Total Racing Driver series. I actually have a copy of Total Racing Driver 3 on my bookshelf that I picked up for like nothing at a store sometime, and never got around to getting in my computer. There's so many games I have that I just haven't gotten around to trying out. Alright, so I took the curves leading into that so well, I had way more speed than I was expecting leading into that braking point. and so I reached my breaking point. But Grid's a good one, apparently. I haven't actually played it. Of course, I don't think this game had any Gran Turismo 1 and 2 I don't really feel like had any competitors in the time in terms of console game realism. 93. That's where you made your mistake. Let's look at all these. Just fix it down. There's a 3-door on the side, but not the right one. Yeah, these are all newer ones. No wonder. That is where they fail. Alright, so let's exit. Oh, sorry. First place. Let's chalk up our winnings. Next. And continue. Pardon me for just a second. Okay. And now we load. I believe by the time either Gran Turismo 3 or Gran Turismo 4, probably Gran Turismo 3, around the time of Gran Turismo 3, you know, Xbox was out at that point, and with Xbox came the Forza series, which was the, which was its attempt. It has a slightly more Euro-American tilt to it, whereas Gran Turismo has all that stuff, but is sort of slightly more focused on Japanese. And both are very... I've only ever played Forza 4 and Forza Horizon, both of which, though, are very good. I actually prefer Forza 4 to Gran Turismo 5. Yeah, so I don't know that much about the earlier Forza games. I imagine they were all sort of roughly in line with what they were doing here. So I guess if that's the Civic race done, then we have all the little tiny races squared away. And we have 96 cars. I need to go get out some rally cars and go rally racing. Basically is what this comes down to. What it all comes down to. Well, here's a rally car right here. Let's hop in our Impreza rally car. And go try a rally race or two. Because we're getting near the end. Reinforced. Okay, we've done all those. I realize we haven't actually done all those. Okay, so... Ooh, RS200 rally car. That's pretty nice. We might not be able to get the best of that just because it's such a good car. RS200 was another one of these homologation specials, but it was from the Group B days, when the rules for this sort of thing were a little bit more open than they were in the days when the Impreza was set up that way. The Impreza. Depending on where you are, sometimes they will add this sort of a hard consonant end in between the Z and A. Impreza. Or Impreza. This is the Impreza. I'm impressed by it. Yeah, I get the feeling he's not sight reading this course the way I am. He knows his lines around, probably. Oh, there's a sign for Mercury back there. R.I.P. Mercury. course, many American car companies in the past few years that have gone the way of the dodo. A couple of divisions of GM, obviously, into bankruptcy. Some of which made some very good and interesting cars. Although, admittedly, a lot of them were cars that came from other divisions of GM that, like European divisions of GM or whatever. Saturn, for example, it originally had its own bespoke cars, but after a while they started sort of platform sharing and borrowing a lot. A lot of the cars that they had towards the end were actually rebadged Opals. I'm not even sure if they all even had plastic body panels on them at the end. That was one of the big things that set them apart early on, was that they had plastic body panels that wouldn't dent. It's amazing. Finish, yeah. We win! Well, hang on a second. Let's actually continue. I don't think we actually ever bought one of these and took it out. Just sad. I would have liked to if there was like some Ford car championship. Would have been fun to get this and drive it around in that. Because it is a Ford car from, you know, the American car company Ford that never saw the light of day in the United States and is super awesome. And it's this crazy, like, yeah. It's a dedicated rally car. It's got this mid-engine, all-wheel drive zaniness going on. Remember I bought it once in this game during the mid-engine challenge and got really disappointed when it's like, nope, because it has four-wheel drive, we are not paying attention to the engine position. I'm like, well, so what? Let's not save the game. Let's continue. I'm not going to be faster than the Cultist Pikes Peak in this car. So we can just knock that out right away. We can just fail to consider that. We lost in these. Ooh, the Tigger Ice Race car. The Tigger Ice Race car is nice. Considering these are all the top tier ones, I think it actually might be time to just go home. Call in our old friend, the win button. Hopefully you guys won't be that upset with me for it. If you are, hopefully you'll still forgive me in the end. But yeah, it's time to just get rid of all these things. Honestly, what time is it? Well, it's almost 4. Okay, so I'm not actually going to be able to knock out all races ever this afternoon. Because before it gets too late this evening. I got a hockey game to go to. Woo, go Caps. Preseason, so I think we actually got the tickets for nothing. Complimentary tickets. Hey, I'll take it. Green Forest, sure. I'll have to remember what the Green Forest is and how it works. Meanwhile, that poor Impreza over there is... Oh no, it's Focus. Focus rally car. Still. I'm gonna look over this way and cry. Alright, so that little exchange of turns was a bit much for you, old car, but it's alright, we'll figure this out. This is the part of the game where a more understanding of completely screwing up physics engine would have killed us. Win! That feels good. I'm surprised at how, like, on dirt this thing is... Well, I mean, on dirt and on regular old pavement. The Pikes Peak rally car. The Pikes Peak car. It's not just a regular rally car. It is a Pikes Peak. It's a hill climb special. Surprisingly tractable it is. You wouldn't expect it. Nobody expects the level of goodness in this car. I'll beat a Corolla rally car right here. Let's go for it. Load him up, load him up. Oof. That turn was maybe a little too much. Alright. Gotta just be a little careful and ginger around here. You don't want to, don't want to completely lose it. We've obviously got some curves and maneuvering coming up here. Ouch. So, I understand I get surprisingly quiet while driving this car around, considering it should be easy to win, but it requires more mental faculties to drive when you're going that quickly. We won! Let's exit. I want to see whether or not I can knock out all of these rally challenges. Basically knock out everything, except we'll have an endurance race. And we'll have the, I guess, 2 endurance races in the World Championship. So yeah, I was not going to be able to finish the game today in this sit-down. But, I'm going to basically probably be able to finish all of the loose end sort of events here, there, wherever the wind will take me. Especially since I've just decided I'm just going to kill all these events using my, Pikes Peak car. Now, of course, beating the computer Escudo on Pikes Peak will still probably be difficult. But we're gonna do our darndest. Might actually save that for a separate. No, it's probably just better to be one longish video. Alright, whoa. Let's get caught up with our steering. Let's get out of the brush there. You gotta be careful every time you go bush. That's a joke from Mysterious JG, and I'm pretty sure that Gran Turismo, as much as Mysterious JG is my brother and he loves me and he wants to see me be successful and all those things, I don't think he watches Gran Turismo. I don't think he gives a crap about Gran Turismo. Hey, but we won. I don't blame him, really. I mean, whoa. I had a lot more speed in the very last moments of his run, but that's okay, we still did it. Bonk, 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 bonk. Alright, so let's save. Let's not save the game, let's just keep going. All of these events, it should be easy to recreate these results if we have a sudden power loss, or this test turns out to be completely unusable. It'd be unfortunate, I'd have to go back and do all this again, but this is fun. So it wouldn't be that unfortunate. I'd have the chance to do all this stuff again. Gran Turismo 2, as much as I love this game, I pretty much haven't revisited it in any length since Gran Turismo 4 came around. I probably did go back and sort of mess around with it, kick around with it a little bit after Gran Turismo 3. Because Gran Turismo 3... maybe it wasn't, but it felt like a much shorter game. I know, thinking about the length of these games is kind of weird, because it's pretty much just you can enter the same events endlessly as much as you like. But in terms of, well, I've won this, I've won this, I've won this, is there that much else really to win or to do? There we go. Keep ourselves tossing and turning our way through these crazy bends. But in terms of like, alright, I've beaten these special challenges, I've beaten the championships and stuff, it didn't seem like there was as much going on. Maybe there was more. I forget whether it was Gran Turismo 3 or Gran Turismo 4 that actually introduced the idea of, I believe one, if not both of them, actually have a 24-hour race where you're supposed to sit there and like race forever. I've never actually done that. If it is, and it wasn't just some kind of trick where they're like, we're pretending it's 24 hours, but you just go off and do something else. If I could find a good charitable cause to sit down and do that for, I can't imagine just doing that for fun, because especially with the level of cars in competition that they would have for the 24 hours of Le Mans. It would be the fastest cars in the game, the best cars in the game, on, you know, that crazy track. And, there is a thrill of competition in this game to racing the fastest cars and all that sort of thing, but, honestly, I still find it more fun to race at a lower level. Whether that's indicative of my skill, or what, indicative of my mental state, that I just prefer something that's a little bit more relaxing. It's like a nice, very spirited Sunday drive as opposed to a, come on, no, don't get behind now. Alright, I'm already getting behind. This is not good. Well, that wasn't the way I meant to take the lead. By clearly just screwing up the turn, and rather than having me plummet to my death, it sort of gave me a free pass. But I'll take it, I guess. There we go. The road's starting to open up again. There's the finish line. Oh my gosh! Just that little bonk at the finish line, huh? I lose! Because I'm not as good. Or I'm not as familiar with the course. Probably a little of both. I'm not going to save the game for that. I'm going to continue. I'm going to try even harder next time. So hard. Yeah, I know. Ha ha ha, hard. Come on. We have it in us to do this really well. Well, maybe you guys have it in you to do this really well. I have it in me to do it well enough to win this. We have a chance to win this. Really, we should be winning this. The fact that I didn't win it last time says that I'm great. Keep driving. Probably just be getting on the gas a little faster than I'm expecting every time. That would probably be the best way to do it, or a better way to do it than what I'm doing right now. Turns keep playing tricks on my highs. Much better. I believe we are missing segments of the hill climb here because I think the actual record is somewhere in the 8 to 9 minute range. So there's more track to it, if I'm remembering right. Win. I'll go ahead and save the game just in case it turns out that it gets frustratingly difficult for me to defeat the Escudo Pikes Peak car in the Escudo Pikes Peak car's own game. That's difficult to say. Defeat the Escudo Pikes Peak car at the Escudo Pikes Peak car's game. Say it many times fast. Beat the Escudo Pikes Peak car at the Escudo Pikes Peak car game. Car's game. See? You're missing some. There's a bunch of S's and C's that are getting themselves. S's, C's, and K's. Escudo Pikes Peak car at the Escudo Pikes Peak. Escudo Pikes Peak car. Escudo Pikes Peak car. It's even hard to say Escudo Pikes Peak car just by itself. Over and over. But this is it. The ultimate test of skill and honor and driving dynamics. and whatever. Alright, so I'm clearly losing a lot of time to him in these long sweeping sections. But I can catch up to him using wall hit foo. That's right, there's still a couple more hairpins here. Shit! Went completely around. Yeah, that'll put me behind the actual Pikes Peak car. But he screwed up too! No! Oh man, I did a complete 360 and still almost beat him though. You know what this basically means is that the car is so OP. It's actually OP for the computer's AI. The computer can't drive it. The computer can come very close, but it's hitting walls and making errors here and there too. Oh wow, so there you go. We should be able to do it this time though. I think this time we're gonna make it. And we'll win a big 25 grand, which will make the 2 million this car cost all worthwhile. Excuse me. See, that's a big inflation in the Gran Turismo 2 economy now that I think about it. Because he had a car, because all the special cars in the first game cost, what, $500,000? So, if I'd actually managed to take that set of turns in properly, I probably would have saved myself some time. Alright. Oh, it's a big win that time. I got a big, big thirst for human blood. that was pretty good. Alright. I'm not going to go ahead and watch that whole replay, because I get the feeling that this video is a little bit over length at this point. But I just wanted to do it. I win! I achieved greatness. And I don't think we won anything for having beaten all of the rally races now. But that's okay, folks. We won the sense of accomplishment that comes with that victory. So I guess that's good. But yeah, I'm Bobo the Vulture. This is Let's Play Gran Turismo 2. Let's have a quick look at our achievements. And then we'll go ahead and call this one a video. I want to see what percentile we have reached now. Because we're not going to reach the... You can't reach 100. We're not going to reach the 97 point whatever it is, because I'm not going to bother to go back and get a gold record in all the qualifying events. But we're pretty darn close. We're almost at 95. So pretty much I think the World Championship and the endurance races will get us a little bit higher, up to where we want to be. But anyways, folks, this is Bobo the Vulture. This is Let's Play Gran Turismo 2. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.